our beloved viewers, it's 9 p.m. You are watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. Inauguration of the first trade and craft center. And on the international scenes about AU project to develop European green business. Those were the top stories. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. Within the framework of the legislative election that our country will witness on the 24th of February, His Excellency the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed received his electoral cards from the headquarters of the Ministry of Interior. This morning, the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, accompanied by the Secretary General of the Prime Ministries, Mr. Naguib Abdullah, received their electoral cards in the state of Djibouti. The city's governor, Mr. Osman, the Prime Minister and President of the Union for Majority, received the presidency upon his arrival at the government's headquarters. The governor of Djibouti City, Osman, provide the Prime Minister with the information regarding the proper conduct of the distribution of voter card for the upcoming election. The electoral cards are available in the authorized the constitutional in Djibouti, the capital, and the metropolitan region within the countries. Other news now, at the invitation of Emir of the State of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, His Excellency the Minister of Interior, Mr. Saeed Nuh Hassan, participate in the graduation ceremony of the fifth batch of students nominated at the Police Academic of the Ministry of Interior, which is one of the fastest growing and distinguished police college. This college in the region, the number of graduates of the fifth batch reached 100, including 78 Qatari graduates and 22 graduates from the Arab countries. The graduation ceremony at the Police Training Institute in this headquarters was attended by the Qatari Prime Minister and Minister of Interior and number of ministries from Arab countries. The ceremony was also attended by the high-ranking personality of the national police of our country, but also on the sidelines of this ceremony, the Minister of Interior met with the Emir of the State of Qatar, Mr. Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. The Minister of Interior published a video highlighting the effort of a police academy through the best academic and training standards to prepare graduates of the fifth batch of students nominated at the police college at the highest level ever in the 4 years process. Within the framework of the relentless effort to enhance maternal and child health care, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Robli Abdillah, launched the integrated service related to maternal and child health care at the health center in Nasib neighborhood. This ceremony was attended by the World Health Organization representative in Djibouti, but also the doctor of the UNICEF, and this ceremony was organized for the first time in the Republic of Djibouti. These integrate activities aim to contribute to the reduction of maternal and child morbidity and also the mortality during the 2 weeks in each community health center. The health service will be offered free of charge and will concern the vaccination of children from 0 to 23 months. This the supplementation and also screening for the malnutrition of children from 0 to 59 months, as well as parental consultation. In his speech by the representative of the World Health Organization in Djibouti, They indicate that this new strategy will improve health indicators for mothers and children. Today, across this hospital, he said, we have launched a local care campaign for residents who cannot travel to the hospital, and mobile care team will be deployed in all neighborhoods to provide residents with care necessities such as vaccination for children, but also consulting and children menstruation counseling, she said. In his speech, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdillah, indicated that the new health policy will enhance the work of health structure and urge these parents to participate extensively to benefit from these activities. The Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdillah, said that the integrate package of intervention to help improve the health of mother and children and to facilitate access to care for the most vulnerable groups. He also said the neighborhood of the President Gili. First, he said, I sent you the greeting from the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Magili, who conveyed the greeting to the rest of the neighborhood of Nasib. These 5 cards that you see will be used for the to carry out this campaign in all neighborhoods of Djibouti City, especially Nasib neighborhood. The Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, inaugurated the first Center for Handcraft and Trade in Hamoudi and Jebel, in Humbuli, sorry, in Jebel, in the cooperation with the Association for Progress and Hope. The Secretary General of the Ministry, a senior official of the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, and many prominent figures in the file, parliamentary representative Mr. Ibrahim Ahmed Abdul, local elected official and notables, but also representative of civil society participated in this event. This project to stabilize a handcraft center in various neighborhoods in the countries has a series of goals, including training and support for the 7,572 young self-employment promoters and the establishment of the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises or income-generating activities until the implementation of their professional project by 2025. Within the framework of this program, the Ministry of Education cooperates with civil society and local elected representatives from each region. Through this project, the Ministry aims to contribute to the emergence of a small and medium-sized business established by young artisans between the age of 18 and 35 in Djibouti, but also in the interior region. In his speech, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed, spoke about the importance of this project, which will enhance the qualification and skills of young people who live from their experience in the trade, such as this electricity, plumbing, and so on. He explained also that the ministry provide adequate technical support and provide the workplace equipment and useful tools that will help you and help the young people to be able to earn a decent living from the small jobs by that they do daily by carrying out electrical installation, by plumbing, or by repairing thoroughly the installation. This morning, the People's Palace hosted a ceremony dedicated to handing over certificate of appreciation and a gift to the first 5 bachelor of male and female students of the Arabic Academic for the Administrative, Financial, and Banking Science in Djibouti branch. This important educational event was held under the auspice of the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Researches, Dr. Nabil Mohammed Ahmed, in the presence of Egyptian ambassador to Djibouti, the head of main branch of the Arabic Academy for Banking and Financial Science in Cairo, Mr. Mustafa, and the director of Djibouti branch of the academy, Dr. Radwan Ali Khalid, senior official from various departments and institutions, especially educational facilities, also participated in the events in addition to the hundreds of graduate students who successfully completed their educational career. In a speech delivered on this occasion, the director of the Academy for Administrative, Financial and Banking Science, Dr. Radwan Ali Khalid, reviewed the educational service that it provides to the people of Djibouti. The events provide, he said, an opportunity for the participant to learn about the banking and financial science, he concluded. The president of the Arab Academy for Administrative, Financial and Banking Science, which is headquarters in Cairo, Mr. Mustafa, expressed his great pleasure to participate in this ceremony devoted to handing over certificate to the first five batch of the Academy's Djibouti branch. For his part, the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed, congratulated the Arab Academy for Administrative, Financial and Banking Science for organizing this ceremony dedicated to graduating the first five batches of its students who successfully completed their educational journey, and always within the framework of the ceremony of handing over certificate to the first five batch of the academy, the Minister of Higher Education and Science Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed Ahmed, inaugurate the new headquarters of the academy in this inauguration of a ceremony of the new building took place in the presence of the president of the Arab Academy for Administrative, Financial and Banking Science, Mr. Mustafa, and who is currently visiting Djibouti, and Dean of the Academy's Djibouti branch, Mr. Radwan Ali Khalid, Minister Dr. Nabil Mohammed, and senior officials inspected the various classrooms, including computers, halls equipped with the latest equipment. It should be also noted that the Arabic Academy for Financial, Administrative, and Banking Science in Djibouti branch has been provided in a distinguished educational service since 2016 for Djiboutian youth in Arabic, French, and English. Within the framework of the project aimed at enhancing access to modern energy service through solar and the grid in Djibouti, the Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development, Mr. Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa Hilm, accompanied by Minister of Energy, Mr. Yunis Ali Gedi, inaugurated this morning in the village of Leita, known as Mumina, in a solar power station to generate electricity 60 kilowatts. The events witnessed the participation of the representative of the United Nations Development Program in Djibouti, Ms. Emma, but also the governor of Arta region, Mr. Mohammed Sheikhu, and the president of the regional council, Mr. Elmi Bouh. This step is part of the relentless effort of reduce the energy shortage in the country's rural areas, this which is a social, economic, and human development. The introductions of this infrastructure today is to reduce the market display between urban and rural resident, but also to respond to the aspiration of village resident for rural project. Through this project, 100 families will be able to access over basic energy service, and measure will be taken to monitor the energy consumption of each family, which amount to 450 kilowatts at most. In his speech, the Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development, Mr. Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa Halam, expressed his satisfaction at attending the events of the inauguration of long-awaited this society of the solar energy station by the resident of Momina. The minister said in his speech that this gesture falls within the framework of promoting better access to modern energy service through the mini solar network in Djibouti, and in compliance with Djibouti's obligation in terms of reducing greenhouse gas emission. In his speech, the minister said, "Ladies and gentlemen, the energy supply remains one of hundreds of elements, key sector that support the local elements of in to contribute the power, and also to reduce the poverty. There is no doubt that the living condition and environment of this neighborhood of Momina and its surrounding areas will witness the beginning of the modernization of the village." The Minister of the Minister accompanied with the information in charge of Post and Telecommunication, Mr. Radwan Abdullah Baton, sent his heartfelt condolence to the families and loved ones. The late Hassan Mahmoud Ahmed, who passed away the 31st of January in Yemen, had a long struggle with the illness. The late was born 100 and February 2009, but also he was born in Djibouti, and the disease was a former government employee. During his career, he served as a Director General of Post and Telecommunication. He was also a former Director of Homeland Security. Uh, may God grant him in his eternal paradise. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And now moving on to the international scenes, the European Commission present an industrial blueprint for the Green Deal. The European Commission presented an industrial blueprint for the Green Deal to enhance the competitiveness of the net zero industry in Europe, and to support a rapid transition to a climate change and neutrality. European Commission President Ursula Leyen said during a press conference that the plan aims to provide a more supportive environment for expanding the EU manufacturing capacity for the net zero technologies, and provide these products required to achieve Europe's ambition climate change and the climate gloves. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.